Hi friends, it's Annie Grace and I'm answering questions. And today I have a question, we'll call her from Jay. Jay says, "Hi Annie, here I am at day 7 and I feel very different this time. Having gone very few days alcohol free in decades. I've read your book twice. I've listened to it on audio during my commute and at the office. I'm done and I've decided to take my life and my memories back." Awesome job, that's so great. Our stories are very similar: wine, stress, blackout, successful job, kids, etc. It's taken me a while to shake the monster, but I really feel I have. What seems odd to me is that no one in my life, my family, has said a word. I've not had my evening bottle and a half of wine, and I've gone to bed each night having said goodnight and woken up each day fairly fresh. I keep telling myself, I had a headache for the first few days. I keep telling myself it was just the alcohol that did that. That's certainly true. Anyway, I thought I would get a pat on the back from someone in my family, that they would have noticed I was drinking tea in the evenings. I'm afraid to say anything because I think they might not trust that this is actually it. Do you have any advice on seeking an atta-girl? I feel like my drinking didn't matter as much to them as they made it seem at times. Jay, this is a great question. I think that what is probably going on is, I pretty much guarantee you they're noticing. And they are probably thinking they don't want to say anything because they don't want it to change and they don't want to rock the boat, and they feel like, oh, this is so awesome, and I don't know if I should say anything or not. I don't want to lose, have her lose her momentum. So I think what's probably happening here, and I'd love for you to, write in the comments if this is true or not, but I think what's probably happening here is just complete, miscommunication. I have a feeling that they're very, very proud of you and that they are noticing every single night, and they're just crossing their fingers hoping it will continue, but don't want to say anything because they don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or weird, or maybe interrupt your momentum. But I would say what you need to do is just simply end the miscommunication and be really honest about it and say, hey, you probably noticed I'm drinking tea. What do you think? And just open up a conversation and just be like, look, I know for me, I know that I was really defensive when my husband would talk to me about drinking, really defensive. I would shut down, I would get frustrated. And so if you were anything like that, which I assume you were, because most drinkers are, we're really protecting the alcohol because we feel so much that we're relying on it. We feel it's important in our lives. We sometimes feel like nothing's good in our lives without it. And so then when we don't allow ourselves, when we're not drinking and we're happy about it, the people around us don't know what to do, and they might be afraid of kind of getting their head bit off. I know my husband would have. So what I would do is just bring it up. Just bring it up, have a real open conversation, and just ask your family what they think, how they feel, and then tell them about your journey. Tell them about how this time it feels different, how you have these resources in forms of my book and other books, how you've really felt something shift inside of you, and how you're ready and feeling empowered to take your life and your memories back. And then before you have the conversation with them, think hard about what you want them to do to help you, how you want them to be supportive of this, because they'll ask and they'll want to know. And so this way you can really say, this is what would be great, this is what would mean so much to me, this is how you could support me in this journey. But think through it, because oftentimes, if we don't think through it, the things that they say that might feel supportive might not always hit the mark. I know sometimes people, when they talk to us about our drinking, they intend to be supportive, they intend to have our best interests at heart, but to us, it almost feels insulting, and we don't, sometimes it just doesn't hit right. So I would think hard about what you want them to do. If you want them to just say, hey, good job, wow, you're still at it, look at you, it's been 2 weeks now, this is crazy, and kind of help you mark the time. Or if you just want them to, support you by buying fancy other drinks to have around the house, like new brands of tea, whatever it is, just tell them what they can do. I think so often in marriages and families, we sit on these sides of the fence assuming that if they loved us, they would just know what to do. They would know I needed a hug. They would know I needed an atta-girl. But the truth is that, we're all just doing the best we can. Nobody has bad intentions. We're all really trying with the best information we know. And so sometimes just communicating what you need opens up this whole world of really beautiful things. So anyway, it's such a great question. Congratulations again. I'm so excited about where you are in your journey. And thank you for asking it. Have a wonderful day. Are you ready for a deep dive and truly lasting change? If so, you might consider my intensive program. It's a 9-week self-led program that you can do in the complete comfort of your own home, and it will truly transform your relationship with alcohol. If you want to learn more about this, go to thisnakedmind.com/intensive. And as always, rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, as it truly helps the message reach somebody who might need to hear it today.